Welcome friends, this is Rodney Jean, Austin, Texas, and this is the Seymour Duncan Zephyr Silver Telecaster demonstration. And this time around I wanted to offer a dialogue, provide some feedback from a working musician's perspective, as it were, someone who's had an opportunity to use these pickups for the past couple of months and to gig with them and to record with them. There is a tremendous amount of interest and curiosity around this pickup set, and rightly so. They are a very unique pickup. They provide an unparalleled frequency response and note definition. And from my experience, someone who has a long history with pickups, and although I'm not a collector, I have a huge number of pickups from different manufacturers. This is really one of the most exciting pickups that I've had, simply as a result of the materials and the design, and really a successful result of asking the question, how do we get the most out of a pickup? And I'll get a little more into that here in just a few minutes, but I wanted to demonstrate the ZTR-1 rhythm pickup. Maybe a little blues. I wrote kind of a quick little Texas shuffle kind of thing, so you can get an idea of that. And then I'll also demonstrate the ZTL1, the Zephyr lead pickup, in some kind of funky country kind of progressive thing. And basically I just want to offer, although it's a little generic, something kind of real world, sort of a reference point that we can sink our teeth into, and I know that always helps me. So let's go ahead and give that a go. People have asked me what they can expect from the pickup in terms of what's the fundamental tone, and that would be a vintage tone, vintage output, only combined with this really incredible note definition and clarity up here. So you have this heart-centered tone, your fundamental, and this vintage chewiness that we're comfortable with, that we rely on, that supports us, while simultaneously we have this high fidelity sound up here. And in fact, one of my friends who makes great pickups, who makes great pedals, asked me, is it a high fidelity pickup? And I thought, well, it's an interesting question because there's such clarity there. But based on a couple of high fidelity pickups that I own, and there are a couple out there that are known for that, one of the challenges that I have, and I've witnessed other musicians struggle with, is that there's a sort of an anemic, strident, harsh quality there. Because with traditional technology or traditional materials, when we create a high definition pickup, we're stuck with that. We're left there. And while it has some advantages, what's lacking is that heart, that fundamental vintage tone. The Zephyr provides both simultaneously. And, it's not magic, it's just a successful result of asking that question. How do we do that? What materials are required? How do we stabilize this component to allow that note definition to be available to us, to allow that frequency range to be available to us. So for that, very exciting, and so you can expect vintage mixed with an extended note definition of clarity. Okay, well, another question that comes up often is, do the pickups sound 4 times better? You know, are they fundamentally 4 times, is there a 4-time improvement? And this is generally because of the cost. These pickups are about 4 times more than your average pickup. Maybe not 4 times more than your average boutique pickup, but that is a result of the materials. And to answer that question, you know, when you're referring to that first 80%, that fundamental tone, the answer is of course not. You know, that wouldn't make sense. The Zephyr pickups have to sound like a great Tele pickup to begin with, and they do things that we're familiar with, a pickup that we're comfortable with, that we're at home with. And the best way that I've learned to describe this is that first 80% of our tone, whether it's guitar, pickups, amplifier, pedals, etc., that percentage can be had and is had through a wide number of choices, of qualities, etc., price points. But the conversations that we have as musicians online, as tone seekers on the forums, etc., those conversations are happening here in that last 10%, 15%. That's where we live as musicians. So in that percentage, the Zephyrs have a huge advantage. That's really where they have the most relevance. That's where the extended frequency response and that personal feeling that you have with the pickups has a lot of real-time practicality. Cheers.